Good morning everybody, I am in Caterham today and I'm going to take you to an ARP shelter which I've known about for yonks and yonks, but it's very overgrown, so we're going to probably have to get rid of some of the shrubbery, and I'll tell you more about it when we go there, so let's go. Welcome back. So, interestingly, behind this very overgrown bush, there is an ARP shelter, and it's just on, well, we're at the Caterham bypass, which is next to us, and then we're basically in the sort of just the cusp of Caterham, the valley section of it. Beautiful day today, a bit cold, but we're going to go in. It's very heavily overgrown and trashed in there, but to be honest with you, it's history at the end of the day, and it's really important, the fact that this still stands. So let's try and go inside. Come on. Hello everybody, welcome back. We've made it inside. That wasn't easy because it's been so well overgrown. This is an Air Raid Precautions, Air Raid Warden Precautions, ARP Wardens, get there in the end, shelter. Obviously, if you've seen on my channel, we've covered Air Raid Precautions, Air Raid Warden, for bloody hell, ARP shelters before. If I can get my teeth back in, that'd be great. You can tell it's very early in the morning. Let me just shine light back on. There we go. So there's a nice little window there, interestingly enough. This would have been the shelter for the Air Raid Wardens to basically protect themselves during an air raid. Before, they would probably put a siren out and then let everybody know to take shelter, or that there was a air raid imminent. Now, we're not too far away from Kenley, which is just literally like about 10 minutes away from here. And we know that was a very, very well-known, famous RAF squadron situated here in the southeast. So there would have been a lot of dogfights, etc., taking place. And then obviously we headed towards, if we look through the window, God, I can't speak today. If we look through the window today, let's look through the window. Croydon would be in front of us. And then obviously we know that Croydon, London. So we're not too far away. But we're on the sort of near the Kent sort of side-ish. I suppose you've got Oxted on the other side, and then towards Oxted you've got Sevenoaks, blah, 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 blah. Directions for you, everybody. And then Biggin Hill, actually, interesting enough, isn't too far away either. I digress. This would have been for the Air Raid Wardens, for their protection, like I said. So they would have come in here and just basically taken shelter. You can see how well this has been constructed. Solid concrete in a sort of prefab sort of design. Not much else to talk about. There's a few little hangers and rivets there. Nice little window, like we said before there. And yeah, literally on this. Oh, hello, Mr. Cave Spider. Have you come to say hello? You have, haven't you? But actually, on the ground level, it's seen better days for storage, basically. But to know this was a sort of World War II history. There's some beautiful graffiti from the 60s, so it kind of just gives you an idea of how long this has been in use for. 1964. Let's try it again. There we go, hang on a minute, there we go. Right, 1964. 29 something, 1964 that is. And then there's another 1964, a Mr. or Mrs. F. Lamb. Probably a Mr., isn't it? April 22nd, 1964. 62 something 4 here. 62 something? I can't really read that. Not much else actually. I was expecting a little bit more. You can see where there would have been probably some shelving, etc., etc. But where we're situated We're right at the beginning of really the valley of Caterham, where the sort of dip goes in. So actually, if you were to use an air raid siren, let me slightly head out, it could be probably heard for quite a long distance considering where we are location wise. Obviously it's quite busy now because behind us is the Caterham bypass. But yeah, nice little air raid precautions shelter. Beautiful. Although like I said, from the outside you wouldn't know at all. But there was mention. Interestingly enough, they'd assumed that this had been demolished. But as you can tell, it is here alive and kicking in the exact spot where it said it was demolished. So, yeah. Beautiful concrete cap there as well. Lovely. And then what we can probably see here, if I head out, look, you can see the issue I've got. Lots and lots of debris. At one point, I think there was actually at one point from memory probably a homeless person who was using this as well. See, there would have been a door there at some point. Yeah, amazing. Let me just take one more look in there because what I want to do is I'm going to show you from the window as well. Like I said, not much in here. Tiny little bit of graffiti and a couple of cave spiders. But wonderful nonetheless. So let's head out. Come on. Right, so there's only one more thing I just want to show you, which obviously from the outside. Now, if we take a look, again, like I said, you can see how well camouflaged this is. Obviously, that's just due to time, really. But we can see the sort of, it looks like there's a window there. Sort of from the inside. Beautiful. And then obviously, if I shine the torch in, you can see. There you go. Oh, incredible history really when you sort of think about it, especially for its location. You know, the fact that there is a historical document that tells us, oh, try and get out, where it was. The fact that they'd rumoured that it wasn't existing anymore, and that's because obviously, like I said, time and everything else has taken its toll. But no, it still exists. And like I said, look, this is it on just the edge of the road there. So fascinating piece of World War II history, really. Obviously, there's the Caterham bypass obviously going by as well. So most of you will probably be familiar with that if you're sort of going towards Croydon and obviously into Caterham. Obviously, it splits as you sort of like look down onto it. But remarkable, like I said, we're on the dip of the valley. You can sort of see the opposite part of that and where it sort of like the geology sort of lies underneath there. So imagine if there was an air raid siren sort of going off, that could be heard from a very huge, well, quite a distance, should we just sort of say. But remarkable. Take care, everybody. Any more words of Phoenix history, because history matters, and I'll see y'all very soon. Ready? Kapow. Oh. Freezing out there. Take care, everybody.